We're over here trying to figure out a mystery of why this engine is not getting oil down here. We're sitting here drinking a couple of beers and I'm like, well shit, while we're drinking a couple of beers, let's try to figure this out. So this is us right now trying to figure it out.
Basically what happened, it's been a bad day. We were going on the river in the boat, that didn't work out. An engine we just done, we have a mystery. So this engine is going to solve the mystery that we have with the mystery in this engine. So
we put this car motor in a customer's car and it run beautiful. There was no noises. I mean, it ran great. But after it ran and drove it around for like 20 minutes, it started making this like a knockety. I don't know if I can explain that right, but it's like marbles inside the engine or something. You could hear it back here and I couldn't figure out what it was. So we thought we had it figured out and I put a new phaser on it that I bought from O'Reilly, but that didn't fix it. I mean, right now it's got good oil pressure spraying out right here and right here on the chain, but right here where it's supposed to be spraying on the chain, it is not doing so. So that's what we're gonna do right here live, is try to figure out why this thing ain't spraying oil. And I'm sure there's many people out there that have the same problem. I get a guy texting me the other day, he's got a Chevy Camaro. He cranked it over and all it was doing was kind of gurgling out of here and gurgling out of there. I mean, it was putting oil out, but it didn't shoot a piss stream right here and right here on the chain. And that's what keeps everything all oiled and quiet and everything's just instead of, in other words, you know, that's what it sounded like if there was no oil on there lubricating things. So, what we're thinking, these here actuators, they advance the timing and spray oil into the top part of the engine. So it wasn't spraying up there?
Oh yeah, big time. 2 big old pee holes on both sides, full line.
No way. I never seen it.
God spraying through there like a
We'll check that out. I'll get a view of that. Charlie's seen it. I've never seen one with that type of oil pressure. Or I've never looked down in the journal of the cams while we're cranking it doing a pre-prime.
Timing.
Yeah, I'm watching the timing and everything working. Now, when I crank this over, I hear this thing, you know, it's kind of like a knocking, like it's banging inside of here or something. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to replace that timing chain tensioner on the right side. This is a Cloy's timing chain, by the way. See how it has the 3 dots here? And the 3, you know, 3 and 3 and 3, that's their logo. And they got the black idler pulleys here. Everything's brand new, except for the oil pump. But the oil pump is pumping great. It's just not coming out of here. And what I'm going to do is, when I'm cranking this over, you're going to see it's not coming out of there. And
but
I'm going to back.
I'm
gonna spray some air pressure with my air hose down through it. I'm thinking something's plugged up in there, and we'll see what happens. But go ahead, Charlie. You want to say something?
Oh no, just that. Yeah, it's,
that's our ground.
Oh,
I thought we were gonna crank it over and.
We'll show this first, then we'll show them the compression test.
Oh, you want to do the compression test? But first, let's do this.
You got them all hooked up on the oil spray. Let's do it.
Let's do it. There we go. All right. Here, what we're doing. All right, go ahead and put a little light here. Watch right here. I'm going to crank this over for a second. You should see some oil. It's not staying yet, is it? Then it started to squirt all. See the squirt up there? It started to squirt there. This one here, I wasn't watching it.
I will.
Let's see now.
Yeah, it's spraying right here.
Yeah, it was spraying.
Okay, now.
This one here,
this one's not doing
it should be spraying right here in this valley.
Yeah, you can't tell if it's leaking off here or there.
Let me see. Put that light right there.
Yeah, let me do the pinpoint. You gotta have one of these.
Oh, that sucks. That don't work. That don't work. Right there. Okay, let's see what it's done. spraying up there and spraying right there, but it's not spraying here. It's getting a little bit of gurgle coming down, but yeah, you can clearly see it's not spraying on either hole.
You'll have to hold
It was spraying on this hole, but not this. Budweiser makes it all screwed up. This hole and this hole is spraying, and this one's not.
Now, you want to see,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to hold it up to see these actuators actually work. Ready? So,
Oh, yeah. That wasn't nothing. No.
well, no, you put the tank and it goes weird. It's the way it is. Yeah. Cool, huh?
It's squirting. It's squirting. It's not coming all over here. Kind of.
Where is it here?
No, it's right there.
Yeah, it's bounced
Come
off.
over here and look. It ain't even, it's
It's
barely
down,
pumping.
and then it rolls back.
Barely spitting it out.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they do. They just pump it out.
You made it sound like it was shooting like laser beams.
Well, you hadn't
It's
seen
just, boop, 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 you know, squirting the excess, the overflow.
You hadn't seen it before.
Wasn't major. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it before. It was cool. All right.
The number
Anyway.
one song.
We're pumping good oil into the pan that we should have probably hit the pan.
We're gonna burn it this winter to keep warm.
Oh, yeah. Let's make sure these fellas are seeing this thing.
We're gonna do it.
All right.
Oh,
Let's
that
see.
oil peed on me, John.
I'm going to put it in here and you guys can see that oil spraying where I zoom in at. Let's see. Yep. You should be able to see right about there. Alright, where you're looking at, right here. You'll see it pissing here, and you'll see it pissing up there. Ready? Go. Plus we hit 120 pounds of compression up there.
First shot.
Let me show these guys this oil real quick.
Go ahead. I'll just.
There we go. Going right there. Going up there. All right.
Look at this.
That's cool. Yeah. 150
180.
pounds. 180. We're at 180 pounds on
First shot
compression.
at 120 is your best move, man.
Let's see
Good
what
luck,
this
John.
does. We're just gonna do a compression test just to see what the hell we got for compression.
We just want to know.
Bring
Yeah.
it down here. I got it zoomed in where they can see it.
All right.
Hold it like right
Right
there.
there.
Yep. Ready?
Yep.
There you're out. This is just gonna be a quick one.
Oh, my God, I got my finger on the press. 120.
Let go. 120. I'll crank it over and see what it's done.
All right, there goes 180.
About 160.
165, 170, yeah.
Let's see what this one does.
Looks like you got as much pressure as a damn oil pump.
I don't see why it's making the noises. That's what I'm saying.
Just be that puppy right there.
Let's see. Bring it down there. Ready?
There, guys.
Boom. 120 right off the bat.
Probably know
Let me see.
You
I'll
know
put
what
this
it's like
back.
right there. You know it.
Sure, that's there. Alright, here's that done.
All right,
Just a quick pump. Boom.
Oh, it went there. You just.
Right up there, 150. I like to see the first one. If it's 95 plus, I pretty much know it's good seal on the valves. But let's see what this one does.
Here we go, folks.
Boom. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
There.
So we've got good compression on the cylinders. It's getting good oil here up top. What would be causing to make the thing sound like a diesel and running shit? Boom. So
Land at no point.
not the compression issue. That's for sure. Now I'm gonna back pressure spray some oil through here. I'm gonna have to zoom this in so you can see that. I got it focused all wrong.
Damn, John.
I'm gonna try to get it so they can see the motor. Alright. He's still wearing a ZZ Top shirt.
Alright, don't you worry about my costume.
Alright, right there. About the best I could focus in for you to see what I'm doing here. Alright. Back to it. 3 beers later. I think this is number 4 to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's 3?
Yeah.
Alright, 3 beers.
But we'll begin to that number 4 here. We keep moving like this, gentlemen. Yeah. Okay, Johnson.
This is mine and Charlie's night where we can, Saturday. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. He don't have to go to work tomorrow. It's like, let's shut down, drink a couple beers, 12-pack or whatever.
Solve this mystery, fix
Solve
this
this
again
mystery.
tomorrow, go out on the river.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just basically killing time, drinking beer, trying to figure this out on our side time. Like, well, hell, let's not just sit here and drink beer. Let's go live and see if we can find this thing out live.
Trying to find out things about engines we already knew that we
I
forgot.
don't know, we might piss some people off if we're drinking beer and this, that, and the other. But like I said, this is our free time to mess around with this motor and do our free time type of shit.
Share a little about time with you guys. We don't care. Subscribe. That's all I say.
I say subscribe, man. Tell your friends, your neighbors, your uncles, your nephews. I got a lot of info, and I will tell you as I live my life. We're out here wrenching all the time, every day. Every day. Alright, let's see. Now, I'm going to back pressure that air spray
On this little hole.
on that hole.
Get them out.
Alright, you might see a little bit of air coming out up here when I do that. See it right up here. Alright, now, with me.
Look, John. I see an oil, boy.
Oh, yeah. Listen
Oh,
to
they're
that.
going to spray now.
Let's see if now that I sprayed whatever was blocking something, if it sprays. Now, if it does, how do you know your motor's doing that? Other than hearing some weird shit rattling, and you know it's not a rod bearing, you know it's not a lifter's tapping, because it don't even sound like lifter's tapping. It sounds like a diesel engine growling. And I can't explain.
Sounds
the
like
noise.
this damn thing. And these mics ain't on, so we'll be alright.
Let's see. Ready?
Here we go. Coming out this time, boy.
Coming out slow. There it goes.
Make it peaky.
That goes. We're pissing.
Now we're pushing wood.
Now it's pissing. Was that the issue? That one time you change tensioner plugged? I don't know. I can't tell you until I stick it in the car and find out while it's running. That's the issue. Now, is this thing making a clicking noise?
Yeah. Yeah,
Still clicking?
running a minute. Huh. Yeah. It's good key now. Yeah, I
Really shouldn't be doing it.
No.
They should have this on something more solid or something.
Ah.
Okay.
Ooh. Doing different lighting. Do a special. Hey, I'm over here. Hell of a cameraman.
There you go. You be a cameraman.
I'll explain. What?
You ain't that
They'll
good
be
of
after
a
the
mechanic.
They'll be after the shadow shot.
There we go.
Shall we call it shadow shot? Yeah, there we go. P,
Pissing everywhere.
and P. I want to get all the P's. All the P. Oh, give me a pen. A P, where it's supposed to be.
Right?
One up there.
Letting them waste all the oil.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, now.
Waste not, want not,
I
son.
wouldn't say it's a lack of oil pressure. That I would not say.
That is making, I don't remember hearing them. Click. Yeah, I just don't. That's a loud tick. That's a click.
Yeah.
I don't remember them doing that.
Let's put a different timing chain tensioner on there and see if it clicks.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the
I got
timing-
another Cloys one over here.
And you shouldn't even,
And I'm gonna put this to where it has to
you
have.
hold everything in place.
I want to put it in the right position so it has no accident. Stop right
What?
there.
No. Want me to get the cast in? Whoops. Yeah.
Right there. That's perfect. I wouldn't touch that. I can replace this now.
Yeah.
And don't have to worry about the chain skipping. Let me
There you
get
go.
another one.
Another trick the old man taught me that I'll never use.
You'll never use.
Well, I probably would, but
You use every trick I got up.
John don't try. He won't let me do the timing chain. He's the whiz.
Oh yeah.
He said, no, you
Why would I
double
let
Charlie,
you?
you're not touching them dang things. You're not touching them chains, old boy.
No, I don't trust them. That's the downright truth.
I don't trust myself, and that's another downright truth.
This is a brand new Cloys timing chain tensioner, and we're gonna go ahead and try and see if that makes any different sound while it's rolling over. I don't hear any of the other ones clicking, but I do hear this one clicking. Where is that blue impact? There it is.
Right where it's supposed to be. After
I
hours.
found it. I found it.
After hours, everything's where it's supposed to be.
Stop. Hold this.
Oh, let me get it.
Figure out that keep the tension on. I got it. That way when I take this off, I can just replace it without having to worry about
Just goes to show you 4 hands are better than 2
or 8.
or 9.
Hang
Depends
on.
what type of office it
Hang
is.
on, hang on.
Got it. Don't get so damn excited, John.
Pull this on.
Now, get rid of that nasty thing.
There we go. Drop it right in the bucket.
Yeah. Want to scrape it a
Now,
little bit or no?
this one.
They get the straight one?
No, it's all clean anyway.
Thank you, thank you.
All we want to do is see if it's playing. If it is, we use the winner. We only need to have to tighten it.
Got it?
Well, I'm gonna put a little snug bug on it.
Well, I don't have to hold that no more. The way I do it, it can't done yet.
Yeah, this guy with the Camaro, he's having the same issue, only his doesn't spray like mine does. His is just like a lifter tick. It ain't got no oil pressure. But we got oil pressure. Sometimes when you pull the pin, it looks like it pops out, but it don't. You might have to reset it. Let's see what this one does. Boom, it pops out.
Oh, now I'm snapping a couple times.
Oh yeah.
My old hand's not strong enough anymore, son.
Oh, Nelly, you're stronger than me, man. You are stronger than me, man.
Oh, the old man. That's good about getting old, folks. You can use all kinds of excuses to get out of work.
Budweiser Charlie has pulled everything out of the sleeve that would fit in there. All right, let's see what the heck we got here.
All right,
We got quiet, or we got something
We're not
different?
doing the camera.
What camera? Oh,
The camera.
all right.
Like,
Go ahead. I don't hear no clicking.
go ahead. Ha ha! Smooth as a whistle pooter.
Oh, booter. What about all those
Listen
whittles?
to that. Told you it wasn't fucking making no damn noise.
I'll be damned. You see it. That's what the noise
That's
was.
the proof in the pudding right there.
Alright, let's see what it does. That thing was quiet.
But I told you, you're all quiet.
That thing was clunking, and you heard it. Now you don't.
I told you. I told you I never heard one.
I love it, man. We figured it out.
Mystery solved,
Mystery
Bo.
solved. We got it figured out. You guys seen it live. We figure things out. Whether we're drinking a couple Bud Lights on our side time and still figuring stuff out, or we figure it out sober. That's what we do. No reason to work on cars drinking, but we can figure things out drinking. Alright, let's try it again. I'm in love with it. I hear nothing, man.
What's that?
Got good oil pressure right off the bat.
Boom.
Boom, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Quiet. Throw that other one in the trash pile now so we don't ever get one mixed
I
up.
love it, man. When a plan comes together, I love it. You
Oh.
can see that thing. I'll zoom you in, man. You can see that
You
it's
already
getting
zoomed them in, you
the
said it's
proper
good.
amount of pressure. Let's see. Let's get on this one, man. That was the main one that you remember me
Move it
pointing
along
out.
closer, you'll be doing
That was nice, man. I'm glad I figured that out. Me and you together, no doubt.
it. No, don't blame me for nothing. I ain't
Listen to
like
this.
Who would have thought?
Whoever thought that.
Who would have thought that that damn tensioner right there was making all that damn noise? It could be the same thing in there. Because of a low pump on the oil tank. So we need to put more something.
Well, we're gonna put this motor in that car tomorrow,
Sounds like a winner.
and then we're gonna go with it.
And then we get the other motor out and fix this damn what we figured
Now,
out.
what we figured out here is Charlie took apart the cam phase, this thing here. Here, this is the actual cam phaser plate that your timing locates off your cam sensors. It's got a spline, barrel spline that goes through this, and then it goes through the, where's the part at?
Oh, okay, so.
I'll zoom in on him and you can explain it to
They have
him.
this nest and these little pieces. I can't reassemble the whole thing, but I can show you.
Alright,
Okay,
see. Hang on, let me zoom this out.
This would have been. This would have been an intake phaser.
No,
Whoops, no.
if you do it right where you're at,
Right here.
yeah,
All right, go ahead. Tell me what I'm zoomed in.
you're zoomed in.
Okay, so what we had here was this phaser we took apart, and this piece
Here.
goes here in this hole, and then inside there's an internal bushing, which that don't make much difference. We're just going to explain to you what works. So this thing right here, see this? That's pretty cool, right? Well, all it does when it's in there is moves back and forth, just a little. It ain't supposed to.
Turn it sideways so we can see
Very
it
well.
moving.
So this is a strange looking critter.
I mean, turn it towards us, yeah. There you
Kind
go.
of like a Chinese puzzle, okay? See this?
You keep on moving up and down. I mean, we ain't got much here. I'll zoom out. That way. All right, go ahead.
So
Now you can
then,
put it where you want.
these little pieces go in here with a spring. Right, when this thing actually revolves, they hit right here, and it causes the oil pressure to force itself through to the activators. Other than that, I couldn't explain much anything else about it. I'm not that type of an engineer, but by taking it apart and trying to figure out this puzzle of what our problem was, I was able to understand the integral workings more of this mechanism that we call the phaser. So hopefully, as old Star Trek people say, don't push that button unless it's subscribe. Love y'all, man. John and Chuck. glue before we put this back together. This all has to be cleaned and taken off. Well, John got it off over there. I get out of the camera way because I'm speaking.
No, you were in the way.
I was going to explain to him about all that glue, how that all has to come off and be cleaned.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to pull the oil pan off,
Clean everything.
clean it all out. And that's what we're gonna do. Now that we got this done, and I'm satisfied that that noise is gone. I mean, it's quiet like a mouse.
You know, that was...
I learned a lot doing this, I tell you. I've heard this before. I could never figure it out. Today, we figured it out.
You know what, John? Looking at that logically, you listen to all the external things we knew, but who would have ever thought that activator right there
That is awesome.
would be banging and causing that sound to travel through the whole engine. Even
That
with
guy that has a problem right now with the Camaro, I think he's got the China setup, you know.
Right.
This is Cloy's, this is top notch shit.
Top
but
of
even
line.
Cloy's failed.
Oh, anything.
I mean, hey, you know, somebody's like, you know, they gambled with it, but I'm gonna tell him I would put a new different timing chain kit in it. I've used I use China myself a few times. People are like, hey, I can't afford that one. You have to use this kit. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's your choice. And that's what we put in them. But this is what it was, and this is the way it is, and
No,
blah, blah, blah. I mean, there ain't nothing I can say about it now.
No.
So, with that being said, I'm going to take that oil plug out. We're going to drain it. I'm going to pull that oil pan off. I'm going to let you clean out the oil pickup tube.
Exactly.
Make sure that's good, and then we'll reseal it, and then put it back together. And then tomorrow, we'll drop this out, put this one in, and we'll see if we can figure this one out the same way we did this one, and make sure we come up with the same scenario. We gotta make it like this one. When you crank it, it cannot make any noises. So when you're cranking this, you want to do a pre-prime so you're not tearing it back apart again. You want to crank it over to where this motor does not sound like nothing. I mean, you don't want no clicking, no clicking at all. It's got to be smooth like this.
You want clicking,
Listen, hang on,
kicking.
listen. I hear no noises. Fine. Other than we're out of oil and I'm starting to get that noise. Let me pour it in there just
How much did you put in?
I think we're out, we're burnt up. But I don't mind a quart of oil for a troubleshooting issue. We're going to put another, I'm not going to pour a dirty one in there.
No, of course not.
So, here goes the new one. But listen for the distinctive noise. And you can go back and listen to your video again, and you'll hear that clicking, click, 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 click. I thought it was loud. Sure enough, once I changed that phaser, or timing chain tensioner, that noise was gone. So here's our scenario. You'll probably hear it clicking a little bit because it was dry on oil. I think we ran it out. It's all in the pan. But listen. Once it has the oil pressure, it's quiet. But before, it didn't have no oil pressure. So it was making the clickety, clickety, clickety noise. Once it got the oil pressure, it was quiet. As long as your car has oil, you'll always have the oil pressure. Because I'm going to do it again, and the motor should already be pre-primed, ready for the next start. And you should see these things here spraying out oil immediately when I start cranking it over. Let's see. Yeah. Just for a quick, just a little bit of a tenth of a second. It took a minute to you'll get that pressure
A tenth
shoving.
of a second does not equal a minute.
Alright, well,
Now,
whatever.
John, if I gotta send you
I
back
use the
full
logical,
video map-
common. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying sometimes because I'm trying to concentrate on explaining and looking and focusing
And
and
having
thinking.
having the
I
old
might
Budweiser
be,
challenge
I might be saying
interfere.
stuff backwards. 'Cause
I'd
I'm
be
Alexa.
interfering with
I'm
you. I
Alexa.
try to
I'm
correct
talking-
you.
I'm Alexa. What do you call that? Lexic?
Dialectics. Oh, yeah, dialectics.
Alexa. There you go.
Alexa,
Sometimes I
what
get
time is it?
messed up. Alexa, do you know how to spell?
Sorry, I didn't catch it. What did you want me to spell?
What would you like me to spell?
Cam phaser.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
How do you spell cam phaser? Alexa,
Look it in the
how do you
dictionary.
spell cam phaser?
The girl's only
Sorry,
eight.
I don't know.
Oh, she's only 8 years old.
All right. CHAMPHASA.
All right. P-H-A-S-E-R.
What I said.
You said
You weren't
blah.
listening.
That's what I heard.
I wanted to see if you could finish it up.
All right.
Ha
Anyway,
Well,
we're gonna joke with you tonight a little bit and see if we can keep everybody entertained a little
I'm done
bit.
working. Well,
But we're
almost.
done working, no doubt.
Then I'm gonna have to have another Budweiser, buddy.
All right. Anybody remember what day it is?
Yeah, it's yesterday, day before after. Yesterday, today is the day after. Yeah.
When I pulled that phaser off, Charlie held tension on that chain, so nothing changed in the timing of the car. But I'm gonna check it. And how I do it is I'll line up this little dot, which is right there already. And this one here has got the flats on the cams, and that's perfect. So I'm gonna go here. Ooh, 115. Where's that?
What the odds of doing that over?
Damn it. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, right. But you wouldn't find it us.
Right there.
Flat.
Yep. But let's just do one more time. Ready?
What are you doing now?
Getting the rest of the oil I poured in it out. And making sure it starts pumping oil as soon as I start cranking it.
Well, go right for it, miss.
1, 2, 3, go. There we go. It took a couple seconds. I don't know
Well,
why.
it
other
does. It
than-
always does.
Well, the oil does run back down.
Right,
because
gravity.
Gravity. I get
Gravity.
that. But it should never back up out of the ports.
It don't. It only drops back just to where it's got to
Okay.
push pressure and
Sounds
up again.
Sounds good.
Then you become anti-gravity
There you go.
with a little help from your oil pump friend.
Let me see if I can pull that plug and watch it fall off the plug.
Pull that fan this way a little more now. Don't let it hit the floor.
The floor ain't got no more. Ooh. Letting all the poopy oil out. And it's tilted as far as it'll go, right? No. Might go a little bit more. Ooh. That's Hulk Hogan stuff. Look at that.
Oh, good. Now grab me a beer with one of them.
Alright, we'll grab it.
I'll throw you a can.
We'll grab it. You can stab it and hand it.
I didn't plan on stabbing it, but I'll drink it.
Just stab it.
After all, folks, it is Saturday night.
Yes, ma'am.
We just do what we do. This is our after hour, Saturday night relaxation after 5 days of doing this every day, doing this all day today, and gonna do it all day again tomorrow, and probably a little bit more into the night. A couple minor things. Take the little fan off, clean the oil pickup tubes, make sure everything's out of that pan nice and clean, and it'll be all better. Thank you, sir.
Got a Bud Light.
Don't be advertising on my channel. And unless it's closed, I mean,
Budweiser might wanna
wow.
get a hold of us and see if we can fix this Bud Light issue and bring the American people back
Yeah, well, I know how to.
to the
I know how to put.
American-made beer from the
I am
beginning
old now.
before it was sold to whoever bought it.
Fine. You tell Budweiser if they want to go up into Nashua and get the damn Clydesdale, I know how to put horseshoes on them and clean their hoods. I did
That's
that
what
with
I
my
think,
grandpa.
yeah.
Honest to God, man, I'm not lying.
Double that.
We had 2 work homes. That's what we did all our work with then.
Yeah. You
I'm
consider
sure
yourself-
changed. They haven't told me to get older.
Let me see if I can hurt myself on live TV.
You go right ahead.
Alright? I'm gonna grab this with my
What are you trying to do?
I got it.
No, you don't.
I do.
Come on.
Make a grab it. Watch out, dude.
I'm
Make a
letting water
fool
out.
out.
I'm letting water
Make a fool out of yourself on
I'm not
TV.
gonna drop nothing.
Get out of here. Move.
Get
What
out
are
of
you
here.
doing? I told you quit interfering with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you don't want to listen.
Tilt it some more, buddy.
That's as far as I need it. I
Oh,
don't know why you wanted to
Bent way
involve
down there.
yourself in what I was doing.
Man, you tried to be a prune before your time. You old prune head.
See all that antifreeze leaking into the oil pan? That's another reason why we take the oil pans off. Because as soon as you take the oil or the timing chain cover off, your antifreeze is running out of the water pump ports everywhere. Everything that's cooling goes through that timing cover. That's the way GM made it. So as soon as you pull it off, it goes directly into your oil pan. What's the number one thing that burns up motors? Water and antifreeze. It gets in the, see, water will settle to the bottom and the oil will stand on top of the water. So when you got a puddle of water directly underneath the suction cup of that oil pump, which is called your pickup tube, it sucks the water up into your system and puts it through the bearings and stuff, and water and oil does not mix. That's like blood and water. It does not mix.
It flushes the oil out of all this.
The water will go through there, through it, and make the bearing dry. There's no oil on it, and that's when it spins your bearings. And that's how you blow your motors up. People don't know that a leaky head gasket, a little bit of steam going through your head gasket into your engine and settles to the bottom after it sits there over a week or something. The water is directly underneath it. Water stays on the bottom. How do I know this? Because I pour all my oil and my antifreeze in that oil jug back there. Then I got a peacock on the bottom where I'll crack that thing open and I'll get pure, clean, brand new antifreeze out of it. That oil filters it, brings everything up to the top, and the clean antifreeze comes out the bottom. Nice, amazing trick. In case you didn't know, that's how you do it.
And that was another discovery we made by accident. After hours.
We do so many of these things. We've ran into so many problems that other people had with their motors. And when we bought them and brought them home, or when we fixed them here at the shop, we got to see firsthand of the destruction inside that engine.
And the other thing, this is important, you've got to remember to change your oil. People, you can't believe what we find in these oil pans for people that don't change oil. Your valve covers, everything gets totally scummed up with it. You can't breathe, nothing. So that's why we do it the way we do.
Well, I got one right here I can show you.
I mean, they get scummed. The oil change, we recommend after we do one of these, that after you run it for 500 miles,
Right
you
here.
do an
You
oil
see
change.
all that stuff? That's all your condensation. This is where your PVC is. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see here. If I can bring it in. Yep, right about there. That's your PVC hole. That's where your engine breathes through there. It's like you breathing yourself. If you can't breathe, you're smothering yourself. So that's what it is, your motor basically. And if you don't do your oil changes, it turns into this crust. Everything like this goes down in your oil pan after it's spraying and falls in, and this, that, and the other. Everything like that ends up in your oil pan. So when people say, yeah, you don't need to do an oil pan clean out, bullshit. Look at that shit. When we clean these, we put them in our clean out tank. There ain't none of this stuff in there. It's like buying it brand new off the shelf. And we get all that crap that people don't do their oil changes or works their motor real hard to make it that hot to burn the oil inside there. Or this could be the biggest problem. GM doesn't let you know this, but underneath this here, on these cars, right here where it shows a radiator cap, or a radiator picture, underneath this, directly right here is your radiator cap. But you got to pull this whole big plastic cover off on the front. And everybody looks at it like, I ain't taking that off. Wow, we already know there's a radiator under here. We'll fill it here where it says radiator. That's your overflow. That's where you add extra. You want to keep it full, but it's what you really want to do is make sure you got water in your radiator. The only way you could do that is to pull this whole cover off, pull the cap off, which 99% of you that are watching me that own these cars, that's what you're going to do tomorrow. You're going to run out there and make sure you got antifreeze.
Pop the button, lift your thing off, take your cap off, and put it back on. It ain't going to take you more than 10 minutes.
He does it all the time, so he knows the real deal. Pull that off. Check. Make sure you got antifreeze in there, because if you don't, you're going to overwork your motor. You're going to burn your oil, and it's going to end up cruddy like you've seen that PVC that I just showed you.
Coming to John and Charlie's shop.
I mean, I'm glad I can show you these things right now, you know. We're drinking a couple beers. Check this out. We got a motor right here. This one spun a rod bearing. See that oil on top? It jumped time before they spun the rod bearing. What they did was they put a new timing chain in this thing, and they didn't clean off. They put a new timing chain in this engine. They did not clean off all the silicone, because let me get here and show you. Right here, you see some of that white silicone and the black silicone in there mixture? They didn't even clean it all off. You can see it, it's right there, that little thing. There's a groove in the timing cover, and that's where it collects, and that's how you seal. I mean, I can't explain it any better than that, but they didn't take that off. They didn't pull the oil pan off. Antifreeze went in the bottom, and when they went and started after doing all that work and putting a brand new timing chain and everything in it, they threw a rod. They spun the rod, because exactly what I said. It gets that water in there, and it settles at the bottom of the pickup tube, and the oil settles on top.
And all this extra work we're talking to you about,
Hell, the guy
if you
sold
got
the
the
car
right
right
tool,
here.
you're only talking a couple more hours, 2.5 more hours. So, you know,
right. No
for an extra 2.5 hours of your labor, you send a customer away happy. And that's what we attempt to do every time.
Granted, it's a pain in the ass, but it's worth the 2.5 hours, 3 hours for yourself, or whatever it takes. It's worth dropping that oil pan. I can't stress that any harder. If you don't drop that oil pan, that antifreeze dripping in here right now, you can't go in there and spray it out. I mean, it's impossible. So it's gonna get in the oil pan, and you're not gonna be able to get it out. Me, done, I'm going to spray it with brake cleaner, which I'll show you right here.
Right there, Johnny boy. Whoa!
All
We're
right.
going to advertise that. shit.
Alrighty. Farm Fleet better call me up and talk about helping give me a little percentage on what I'm going to
Yeah, I
demonstrate
mean,
here.
give us a better price on that stuff.
This
Plus
is what we do. We
$6 a
spray
can.
these out. Even though it dries out all the oil, you still got oil inside your crank inside the cam ports, everything. This is just getting the shit off of it. And then we fill it up and we do a pre-prime like we just did. It will not have any antifreeze in this engine block to get in the oil. So we know once we start it, we're gonna have new rod bearings in there, new everything, everything. And you're not gonna have antifreeze in it. See how dry that is? I mean,
Miracle.
how dry it went. It dries instantly. It takes the oil off. There ain't no oil, there ain't no antifreeze. I mean, I do this all day, but yeah, don't waste it until you $6 a can, $7 a can after taxes, and Biden gets his portion.
We probably use 4 to maybe 5 cans of that per engine, sometimes more.
We clean off all the silicone, everything would have fell into the oil pan and picked up into the oil pickup tube. I mean, go on my channel, you'll see plugged up oil pickup tubes, and you'll see when the timing change and the guides all get brittle and break and start getting sloppy and this, that, and the other, they all fall in here and get sucked up into the pickup tube and you lose your oil pressure. People put new timing chains in them and don't clean those pieces out, but now it's all stuck in there and you can't get oil. It's fucking starving for oil, and that's what makes your car not be able to have oil, and you throw a rod bearing. It's kind of funny though, you know, Charlie. Some of these guys will listen, some of them won't.
No, I understand that.
I'll put paper towels in here and stuff like that, and it won't get in there. But there's just one little piece that gets in there. It ain't even the pieces, it's the broken plastic pieces that are in there. Yeah, you're gonna stop more from getting in there, but you're not gonna get what's in there out. No, you gotta pull the oil pan.
Don't play. And when on the bottom of that oil pan, you also have those little grooves on the bottom of that pan. And them all be ground out, cleaned out, because those little slots, when you put your sealer in there, that is what really sealed everything in there.
I'm gonna show you right here. This one here, for instance. Right here, you can see that little groove. That's where the oil or the silicone goes into, and as it dries, it expands and it just contracts a good seal. But you see right there, you see white and the black. This is off that engine. All that white there, that's all silicone in there. They didn't clean that shit out. You've got to clean that crap out to get a
That's
good seal.
the cover for that engine. That's
See all
what
that
covers
whiteness?
all them chains and everything.
That's all the white.
That's
see
your
in there.
water pump. That's everything.
Water pump's right here. This is the water pump on the timing cover, and this is a water pump in there. So the water comes through that engine into this portion of the pump and goes back through the motor. So if you don't put this rubber seal in here, or if you damage it, you're going to get a little drip of coolant into your engine, and it's going to get on your rod bearings, blow your motor anyway. So you got to do it right. And why do it?
That's why also,
Why do it if you're not going to do
this
it
is
right?
also why it's important on your oil changes at regular intervals. Listen to me. An engine that is running and set, it gets warmer, it gets hotter, you're also building condensation up.
You know what?
Minute in the oil pan, but that oil change takes that out of there.
What we're going to do now is I'm going to drop that oil pan just to show these guys live what we see and how we do it. I mean, what better way is there to do it that way?
No better way than I know.
I haven't been in this motor, so what you're going to see is what I see. We're going to get this cleaned up a little
Look,
bit.
guys, if you got more important things to do than to subscribe, or we don't even care about that. Just watch the video. If you learn something, good.
Oh, I care about the
You find information you can use it. You find something you don't make no sense to you, you can't use, well, try to pass it on.
I prefer.
Tell somebody else
That
about
way,
it.
every time I do make a video, they get alerts and they get to see everything that we find in the future.
We never send a vehicle out of this shop that a customer that does not have a video of everything we do for them on their engine.
We show them what we're doing, show it, this is going in your car. That way they know. I mean, some guys like, yeah, this is the motor. I mean, that's their display. And then they pull out the piece of poop out in the bag and put it in. No, we show them what we're going to put in. They see it, blah, blah, blah.
And they watch us take it apart and put it back together.
For the most part, not live,
95% of the time.
not live, but they can usually go to YouTube and see their motor getting put in their car for sure.
Or we can send the videos
Because I
direct to the customer.
I put shorts on the videos of YouTube or wherever it goes, and they get to see little bits and pieces of what you're seeing right now live throughout. They get to see 1 minute. And we go, you know, we put interesting stuff on there. That's why they subscribe.
And we
Right now I
Google.
got 300, almost 370 subscribers.
That's good.
I'm
what,
gonna do this every day for
45,000
the next 20 years. So
40,000
anybody
hits
that
or
wants
better.
to know things, they better subscribe because they're gonna learn a lot of stuff from me. Because my son got me doing this. I mean, I didn't do it. They're like, Dad, you ought to put this on YouTube. I'm like, well, show me how to do it. I'll try it. So that's where we're
And
at.
remember, these vehicles are still,
All right, let me see.
unless you can afford them, these vehicles are still going to be what's running this country for the next 20 years.
Oh yeah.
Back and forth, and they'll upgrade a little here and there.
That brand new Chevy Blazer
Yeah,
got this motor in it.
that's got that same motor.
Same motor.
3.6, we're into them. But when you start specializing in something such as this, oh, there's a lot of other little sideline things that come up here and there with favors, but basically, it's the 3.6s we want.
Alright, I'm gonna pull on a
Got your
rabbit out
10
of my hat.
Got your 10 and 13,
We
mister?
got a bucket to put these in.
You don't have a bucket?
No bucket.
Oh my God.
No bucket.
We
Man,
got to have a bucket, Mother. Here you
no
go.
bucket, man. Tuck it.
Cardboard box will have to do today, son.
Alright, back here and on.
Oh, you just knocked the bottom out of it. I got another one, hang
I
on.
got one right
Where's
here.
my jug? Where's my clear
I
jug?
got a pan right there.
I got the jug, I got boxes, what do you need?
Boxes, socks, and
Yeah, I don't want you to get lost in your episode, so here's a clean jug to throw you both in. Don't mix them up. There you go.
that's what you do.
The old man might not be good for
Should have
nothing.
had that in the beginning.
He's having good
Throw me
fun now.
some random old
Yeah, and where'd that
Used
little,
up
where'd
piece
that
of
little
crap.
tub come from? One
China-
of my major brainstorms to cut off that bottle
China
of
made
lemonade.
cardboard box,
That
whatever
was
you
a
call it.
lemonade. That's a lemonade container there, buddy. Hell of a little book.
Oh yeah, the plastic one. I'm talking about that.
Don't
crap
worry,
you
them
sent
hold up
me.
to certain things. You gotta know what you're doing to use it.
Alright, got those. We're gonna hand this over to Charlie. We'll see what he can clean out. Somebody had this off.
When?
I don't know. Did we hand that off? I don't
Yeah, last time we had that engine in here. That an engine.
No, I took this engine out. I never pulled it off.
I thought we opened it.
We'll see.
I know we
We'll see.
did. It's gonna be clean as a whistle in there.
I need rubber.
Where's your rubber hammer? Rubber bullets now. Rubber, baba. Rubber. I got the rubber. I got the rubber. I got the rubber, man.
I thought you were talking to some chick.
I got rubber hammer. Hang on. Don't drop it on your foot. I did that once. That's what hell. You know, bolt up. This one. Oh yeah. Hang on. Let me look. No, I need a little pipe right here. Right here. something.
What you heard was.
All right, give me that. Oh, something's a lot floating in there, John.
What you heard was a dipstick. Dipstick.
All right, dipstick, give me the 10. Hurry up. Give me the 10, man. Whoa, here we go.
Let's make sure he didn't swap out something.
Now, here's what we do. This is how you open it. Oh, with my little box. Give me that box. No, give me the box. I don't want that. Those strip them. Strip them. Do you think I'm a strip club or what?
You look like a stripper. Here.
Yeah. Mix my stuff up. Okay, folks, so the beginning was, this comes out. See how clean that is? This was one we opened before.
I don't think so, because there's crap in there.
Yeah, and that's what I want to know why. Here
We
comes,
wouldn't have did that.
here comes your oil pump. This is something you don't see today. And this is called your oil pickup tube. And that screen right there, when those components from up there fall into this down here, you end up with a plugged oil pickup tube.
What's in it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Really ain't nothing.
He
down
said
here.
there ain't nothing in it, but look at that.
Well, yeah,
I
that's,
see there's stuff in there.
but we gotta clean it.
I mean, for the most part, somebody already did it once. It wasn't us. They did it once. It wasn't us. I know that. So somebody did clean it, but they didn't get it all clean. Here.
Alright, now that you got me all greasy,
See all that
oh man,
crap
now,
down there? That wouldn't have been us leaving that stuff in there.
that wasn't us. We don't leave shit in there.
But it is what it is. I mean,
Look at
somebody
that.
did try to attempt to clean it
Well,
out.
they probably didn't have the same equipment we do.
But they did clean it out. That's the
They
main
did
thing.
good though. They did good.
They would, I wish they would have done a little better, but that was fine.
They ain't fine enough.
That was,
But
they did
anyway.
it. They did it. So what am I bitching
Oh,
about?
look at that.
Hell yeah.
See
They
these
did
little
it.
lines right here? Can you see them? These little lines, all that black. Well, that'll come out of there. All right, that's glue. So that comes out. That's got to be all done. This has to be all ground down. This has to be cleaned.
What about that rubber seal in between that?
Oh, yes. Right here, folks.
That's a very important piece of
There's
the
a
puzzle.
seal here. It's a rubber seal. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. But either way,
But yeah,
This
we're gonna
seal-
sign off. We're gonna sign off. This is what we do all the time. We're not gonna be wrenching any more tonight. I'm gonna clean up and close up and send Charlie home to his old lady and 565 daughters. But other than that, what do you got to say? Nothing?
yeah, have a good damn evening, folks. Sorry if we bored you with our John and Charlie show. Oh, and by the way, please subscribe.
Rock and roll.